Are there any anthocyanins in autumn leaves? Here we have some leaves from the autumn that are dried. And then we're just going to put them in a blender. Blend them. Ha 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 ha. And then put them here. Okay, I blended it a bit more and it's much more powdery now. I might blend it even more, and then when I'm finished with that, some of it is very powdery. I'm going to stick it in here and start boiling it to see if I can get any. Oh wow, that looks so pink.
Let me see.
But in real life it just looks glowing red. This is working well. I'm going to put this on here.
Like Chinese when you're...
Take a video now.
Blah 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 blah. Might just have to. Right. It's very powdered, so some of it is, you can see it settling on the sides. Experiment. Whoa, look at that, weird. I'm trying to get the dye out of the leaves to see if I can use it as an acid-alkali indicator. I don't really want most of the leaf. There's a lot of different chemicals in the leaves, but apparently there's also anthocyanins. And I don't have any science filter, I just have my AeroPress, but I figure that should be a good filter to get rid of most of the bad stuff. Here is my mixture. There's a lot of solid and liquidy stuff in there. But it may be that it's a little ready, the liquid. But to get it out, we're going to put it into the AeroPress here. I'm going to put that on there. Powdery leaf stuff here. They're still very brown, so obviously whatever is making the brown colour has not come out. But I put the liquid into the AeroPress. It's not going through very quickly, but it is clearish on the other side. So I'm just going to leave it for a while and see if it can slowly drip through. Just filtering it in the AeroPress, I feel like the liquid is still very cloudy, and so I don't have anything that is a tighter mesh than the filter paper there. So I just thought, I wonder if I can filter the liquid through normal paper. It seems to be working a little bit now. Before I get on with this, I do want to give a little bit of a warning. We have two different types of chemicals. These ones here which contain acids, particularly this is hydrochloric acid, is very strong, and this one is bleach, and we should never mix these two chemicals together because they make a very vigorous reaction which can splash and spit and then burn our skin if it comes onto us. So please be careful about that. Okay. On the table here I have a selection of some different substances to test to see if my leaf indicator that I've been making is in fact a very good leaf indicator. I have with me some filtered water, and going around from the top I've got some Harpic, which unfortunately has a very strong blue colour, and that might affect the results. This contains hydrochloric acid. It could be anywhere between 0 and 2. I guess it depends on the concentration and other chemicals that are in there. We've got lemon juice, which has citric acid and ascorbic acid, a pH of 2 or 3. We've got some seasoning for sushi rice, which has vinegar, which is acetic acid. And then here we have a control experiment. This is just water. We'll see what it looks like when you just put the indicator in a substance that should not change its colour. We have bicarbonate of soda, which is becoming alkaline, and then we have some bleach, which is the strongest alkaline that I could find. Let's go for it. I'll start with the water. I'm going to get some of the... I'll give it a bit of a stir. Right. Place to put my spoons. Right, so that should be the default colour, and hopefully we'll see some changes in colour in the other ones, otherwise the experiment was a bit of a failure. I think we'll go for the Harpic, because that might be an experiment that doesn't really give us any sort of conclusive answer. It's going a little green. So there was definitely a change of colour as I mixed it a little bit, and it went from being a bit of a green, which is, you know, I can understand is a mixture between a sort of yellowy orange and blue, but it's definitely gone quite black, but maybe there is still a hint of the green. Right, let's try the lemon juice. Give it a good mix. Right, so for me, I think that looks pretty similar to the water. Let's try the vinegar. Mix, 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 mix. Oh no, that is looking exactly the same as water once again. Let's try the bicarbonate of soda. Oh, that is definitely darker. Is that darker? You know, if you look at strawberries as a natural indicator, or beetroot, they're both rubbish too, but they, you know, they still work a teeny weeny little bit. There's a small change in colour. So even if there's a small change in colour, that would be nice here. And finally, the bleach. Now, bleach obviously bleaches things, so we'll have to see anyway what happens there. But well, instantly there was a sort of a black that went in. And it's looking like nothing much is really happening. It's paler. Right, so what is the answer as we look at this? Well, as far as I can see, the Harpic, which had unfortunately a very strong colour to begin with, it produced a lot of black precipitate, and that seems to have sunk now, leaving a water which is probably a mix of the yellowy blue colours in the original substances that were put in. This was the original colour, and honestly I think this looks exactly the same with the vinegar, and this looks exactly the same with the lemon. Bicarbonate of soda has given a good change, a slight change. It's definitely a deeper colour, maybe a little more red. In this case the bleach has made a very yellow liquid. And so, have we seen that we can use these as a natural indicator? Well, there are colour changes in these different pHs. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know if this is something that we can use as a natural indicator, but it was still fun to try and test it. I don't know if anyone who may be watching has ever tried to extract anthocyanins from dry autumn leaves and managed to do it successfully. I'm honestly not sure if it worked in this case or not. It may have been other chemical reactions that caused these colour changes. Maybe you can go out when it comes autumn time, and a lot of the water will have dried up from the leaves and the chlorophyll will have disappeared, so that green colour. I would wonder if it's going to happen in leaves that are naturally darker in colour, like the deep red leaves. Or I might find some leaves that are thicker leaves and somehow more juicy. I think my process for trying to purify, for trying to extract, was as good as I could possibly do given the materials that I had. This is like home science. I'm just trying my best with what I can. That's the experiment.